Hey y'all, it's Charla, and on this week's episode of Corn Fed, I walk you through my exact pregnancy diet. Let's go! My pregnancy diet is completely different than my regular diet. I have definitely taken a few detours, but I'm telling y'all, it's still kind of gluten-free. I completely stay away from wheat. And y'all, my skin is better this pregnancy. I feel better. I have way more energy. So I'm gonna walk you through exactly what my day of food looks like while I'm pregnant. So let's go. And first off, I've traded in coffee for black tea, and I use this Bigelow vanilla chai tea, and it's delicious. What I do is I put a little honey and a little lemon in there, and it really is good, and it gives you that little kick in the morning without having that caffeine from coffee. Of course, I still do my oatmeal, but I really put a ton more stuff in it. I used to just put honey and that was it. But now I do honey and cinnamon, and if you've, oh my gosh, just like look up what honey and cinnamon mixed together does. It like cures cancer and all kinds of diseases. So go and Google that. But I do honey, cinnamon, and I also do like a humongous dollop of peanut butter, as well as a full banana. So, you know, I get up at 4 a.m. and I do a morning show, so I just like eat that on the way, and that lasts me all the way until about 11 a.m. And then around 11 is when I'm starving for lunch. And remember that awesome rice cooker that I talked to you guys about? This is the professional series, and it makes rice in like 10 minutes. I just go straight for the white rice. So I do a cup of white rice at lunch, and usually like a turkey patty or something like that. It's usually like chicken or turkey. But it's crazy because I don't even want meat like at all. When my diet used to be so protein heavy, now it's just as many carbs as I can get in, which again, I don't eat any wheat, but it's full potatoes, full white potatoes, sweet potatoes, white or brown rice, and oatmeal. And those are the carbs that I stick with, but I eat a lot of it. And the hardest thing to get in when you're pregnant is, as we all know, vegetables. And so what I do for like probably an hour after lunch, because I'm already hungry. So what I usually do is just do cucumbers, and instead of like, you know, crackers or whatever, I do cucumbers and I dip them in hummus. And I love sun-dried tomato and basil hummus. So good. I think we get this at Sprouts. So I usually don't even eat dairy, but I'm telling you, this baby might pop out a cheese stick because I probably eat about 3 of these a day. So this is my favorite. I always love the sharp cheddar and jack. So this is my go-to snack. And then usually between the snack and dinner, I try and pack in my vegetables because it's so hard getting them down when you're pregnant. I can't even tell y'all. I just hate it so much. But what I do is I blend them in the NutriBullet, and it's so easy. I usually do like a cucumber and some broccoli, and then I'll cut the skin off of a kiwi and put a kiwi in there. But I mean, it makes it so much easier to drink, and I'll even try and force some down right now. Yeah, that's not that bad, but it's still pretty bad. And then for dinner, I've been eating out a little bit more, so I make my husband go and pick up whatever I'm craving usually. And right now, all I'm craving is like faux soup. Like that's all I want to eat is just faux all day long. So a big old bowl of faux soup. We usually go to like faux 95 is one of our favorites, or barbecue. And you know, Spring Creek barbecue or Coulter's or Cooper's. That's usually what we hit up for dinner, and I get a big fat potato with like 3 scoops of butter. I don't mess around. And then I usually just get like plain turkey breast. So again, no vegetables in that at all, but I do try. And I'm telling you, girls, this has been my lifesaver this pregnancy. Remember, most of the time you're usually waking up starving in the middle of the night. Well, eat cottage cheese. Eat like 5 or 6 huge spoonfuls of cottage cheese right before you go to sleep. And there's the protein called casein in it, and that's what bodybuilders use to stay full through the night and help maintain their body mass. Well, this really helps you while you're pregnant to stay full throughout the night, and then you're not waking up sick, you're not waking up with morning sickness. So this has been my lifesaver for sure. Big spoonfuls of cottage cheese before you go to bed. And then of course my go-to every single afternoon, you guys know I love my chocolate. And I know you think that this 90% tastes like chalk, but suck it up, okay? Because this is the only chocolate that's good for you. I have cut this in half though. I used to eat like a whole bar in my last diet video that I told you about, but because chocolate does have caffeine, I'm only eating half of a bar now. So then midday snack, chocolate is still my go-to. And then one little tidbit that I just want to add in is that with this pregnancy, I haven't held as much water like in my face and the back of my arms and my ankles, is because I really watch my salt intake. I kind of just forget about it if we go out to eat, but if I eat at home, like everything that you see here, I don't add salt on anything, and I think that that's really helped keep like the water weight and where I haven't had like the jowls like I usually do or like I had last pregnancy. So just watch your salt intake, and that's a big helper as well. And don't forget, drink tons of water. I usually drink about 3 liters a day, and I know it sounds counterproductive or contradictory, but more water will help you retain water less. So there you go, there's my pregnancy diet. Coming up next week on Corn Fed, you guys have been asking, how did I do my back patio concrete? It's so easy. I'm gonna show you guys my patio transformation. Love y'all, and 40 cheers.